Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I'm Star. The message I heard is take care of people. The scripture comes from Titus. Two and one, but you speak what is suitable according to the sound teaching. Elders are to be temperate, dignified, sober, sound in faith, in the love, in the endurance. God said for somebody, instead of them doing what they are supposed to do, God said what they were commanded to do, they are doing the opposite. They are being very judgmental. They are being very hard-hardened. Did I say that right? Hard-hearted. Like their heart is hard towards those that are after them. Like, this is someone that you are supposed to be a role model, and instead of you being a role model to someone that may be younger than you, someone that may have like they are in a point in their life that you have already went through, and instead of you giving sound teaching, instead of you giving them good advice, instead of you trying to help them, God said for someone you are actually hindering them, and you're doing this on purpose, which is sad. I just feel like it's like instead of giving out a helping hand, you are deliberately trying to hold this person back. And regardless as to why, I know that as the time changes, like, we have opportunities that other people did not, the past generations did not. Even when it comes to what I do, in the past, this was not a job. It was not a profession. Like, it was unheard of someone literally being an influencer and that being their job. Like, that doesn't, like, I would say 20 years ago, no. like, there was a such thing as socialites. There was a such thing as people that did things like that, but in reality, they were not earning a living doing what they were doing. They were more so living off of the income. Maybe their parents had money or something like that, or like women living off of their husbands or their boyfriends. But as far as the way it is now, that is unheard of. I know, I'm pretty sure it's still people that, friends, family, that probably like, but what did she really do? Okay, like, I have people that when they ask, and I tell them, they always assume that it's something else going on, and that can't just be it. I have to be doing something else, and doing something strange for a piece of change, when in reality that ain't even what's going on. That is not what's going on in any shape, form, or fashion. At least over here. I can't speak for nobody else. But as far as me, Even if it is a situation where I'm barely scraping by, I'd rather be barely scraping by and having my dignity than to be in a position to where I'm doing something that is compromising to myself and compromising before the eyes of God. And that's just what it is. And I just feel like, for whoever this is for, if you had the help that others have had before you, if you had the help that others are receiving that you are not, you would be a lot further than you are. But due to the fact that someone, for one reason or another, they are looking at you, and when they look at you, they feel frustration, they feel anger, and they are treating you as if it's like they want to keep you under their thumb. They want to ensure that you can go, you doing what you doing, and it's in spite of them, to be honest. Because I was gonna say, for some of y'all, it's a situation where you can do good but not better than them. But for some of y'all, they don't even want to see that. They don't want to see you doing anything. The only reason you have the things that you have and that you have moved forward the way that you have is in spite of them. They have tried, they have clawed tooth and nail trying to keep you back, trying to hold you back, trying to ensure that you can't have nothing. conspired against you, tried to blackmail you, tried to do everything in their power to ensure that you don't go anywhere and you can't have anything. But God, but God, but God, but God. God said that it is not so. You do not deserve to be held back in the way that you are. You don't deserve to be treated the way that you're being treated. You know, even when it come down to me, like I've shared several times, I'm low-key handicapped. Okay, low-key, high-key. Every time I take a step, I'm in aches and pains. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that I'm able to walk is a miracle. I don't take any pain medicine because I don't want to be handicapped up on the pain medicine. I don't want to be the kind of person where I got to take medicine all day long in order to stay happy. And I'm too young to be hooked on medicine to that extent. And a lot of people don't know that because I don't share it. I've always been able to control the pain and control how how it affects me. And regardless if that came from the traumas that I went through as a child or what, but in reality, I can't work no regular job. And it is very frustrating to me when people assume that they try to say, oh, she's lazy, oh, she's this. No, that's not it. I really cannot work a regular job. I can't work the job I used to. I cannot be a nursing assistant anymore. I cannot work retail anymore. I cannot work no job where I'm going to be on my feet all day long. And that's just what it is. I've tried working at call centers. It's not my thing. I'm not good at it. I don't like talking to people. I don't. Y'all don't even understand. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that I am able to do what God calls me to when I do talk to people. I don't mind talking to people that want to talk to me. But what used to frustrate me about working as in a call center is typically the jobs you are calling people that don't want to be talked to. They cussing you out, they yelling, they screaming, they talking to you crazy. I don't like that. I don't like that. The only one that I was able to kind of enjoy when I was working for a realtor company, and we weren't calling actual people harassing them for money, but we were calling the realtors, letting them know what they were doing the next day or something. It was something like, I really forgot exactly. That was 10 years ago. But anywho, that was the only one. And baby, when I say I don't like collections at all in any shape, form, or fashion. I can't do it. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that everybody is like me, because I know some people that they do that and they good at it. And that's, you know what I'm saying? More power to you. But I just feel like, as far as me personally, that would be literally the only thing I can think of that I would be able to do besides this here, and actually earn a living for myself and not be dependent upon somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that to say, this is somebody like, when your situation is different and people are trying to compare you and contrast as if your situation is the same as you, this is where problems arise. Because now you're in a position to where somebody's trying to compare you to them and y'all ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't even realize the extent that my ankle was jacked up. My foot was literally not connected to my leg no more. Some people act like they don't understand that. It literally was no bone there. It was nothing there. That doctor put metal in my foot. That's the only way that it's connected now. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that to say, some people, they don't even, they don't get it. It's like it don't click. And some people, when they see me and I put on my shoes and I'm walking, and I can walk in flats now. Sometimes I can handle being in heels, especially if the heel is exactly. See, the thing is, when a heel is exactly the way my foot was shaped for years, I couldn't walk flat-footed. My foot was literally like a doll foot, like a Barbie doll foot, where it fit perfectly in the heel, but it don't fit in flats. And people would see that and be like, ain't nothing wrong with her, she just fine. Not realizing that my heel literally don't touch the ground. Not even realizing it. Not even taking out you know what I'm saying? But I know that it's going to hurt when I step regardless. So, you know what I'm saying? Why not tough it out? You know what I'm saying? I always loved heels, and that was something that I really then I want to go without doing. Now, it ain't to say that I could stand up in heels for hours and be good without some kind of something, okay? Regardless if it's some pain medicine or some alcohol, something that's going to numb my feet so I can actually manage. And in reality, I still can't, you know what I'm saying? Even if I'm out at a bar or something like that, it's not a situation where I can literally stand up the whole night. I can't do it. I can't stay on the dance floor all night. I can't do it. I gotta have a seat. I got to. And this is things that I used to love to do. I used to love staying on the dance floor all night. I used to love being able to dance. I danced on the bar. I danced on the tables. I danced on stage. Everywhere. DJ booth, all that. I jigged from one side of the club to the other side of the club. I can't do that no more. If I get up, it's for a few minutes, and then I got to sit right back down. And 9 out of 10, I'm limping on my way back to my seat. And that's just being real. And some people don't know that. Some people don't peep that because I know I carry pain well. But in reality, this somebody, you have to deal with someone that is deliberately hindering you. And God said it's cruel what they are doing. Regardless if they realize it or not. Regardless if they think it's funny or not. Regardless if it makes them feel better about themselves or not. It's not right to hinder someone on purpose just because it makes you feel good about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. That's the message. That's the message. God said for somebody, it's like, I just feel like this person doesn't get you. And it's okay. Because regardless, may even be somebody that don't even know you. For some of y'all, this person was intended to be like a mentor towards you. They were meant to help you. Maybe they were meant to inspire you. But they are deliberately doing things in an attempt to make you feel as if you are not good enough. They are deliberately doing things to hinder you from the success that you deserve. They are deliberately blackmailing you. They are deliberately talking noise about you. They are deliberately spreading false rumors about you, deliberately lying on you in an attempt to hold you back. And they don't even realize that God is not on their side. They really truly believe in their heart that they have received word from heaven that they are entitled to destroy you. And God said he did not send that order to them. That was straight from the pits of hell. Why in the world? If it was a situation where God had it in his heart to take somebody down, he would do it. God told David that he better not touch Saul. God told David, he see what Saul is doing. He see how Saul is treating you, but don't touch him. So why in the world would God send somebody to deliberately destroy someone else? He's not finna do that. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like this is for whoever this is for. God said be encouraged and understand that he see that situation. He see what's going on. And David don't touch Saul. As hard as it may be, as irritating as it may be, as frustrating as it may be, to have someone that they could easily help you. They could easily mentor you. They could easily uplift you, regardless to what kind of situation it is. I feel like even when you think about Saul and David, Saul got so nervous when he found out that David was going to replace him as king that he deliberately started trying to take David out of here, not realizing that it would be years before that even happened. But some people get so anxious and they get so frustrated and they think that they're not going to be able to live out and they're not going to be able to do this and that's going to happen and this is going to happen. Not even realizing David was anointed when he was a child. It wasn't his time to be king at that exact moment. It was just God letting him know, you next. And Saul spent the rest of his life chasing after and trying to destroy David, not even realizing that he destroyed the rest of his time that he had to be king. He could have had a blissful time. He could have been happy. He could have enjoyed his latter years. But he destroyed his own. He destroyed himself. And, sometimes people don't realize that when you're on your way to something, sometimes the journey is so beautiful. And if you are so focused on everything else, you don't even get to enjoy the journey that you're on. And when it comes to Saul, he already had made it to his happily ever after. And instead of him just enjoying the time that he had, he decided that he wanted to spend his time trying to destroy someone that he could not destroy. God said that's what's going on here. This is somebody that is trying to destroy somebody they can't destroy. And instead of them enjoying the blessings that God has given them, instead of them enjoying the life that God has blessed them with, they are so bent, H-E double hockey sticks bent on trying to destroy you. And it's not going to happen. And they are basically causing their own misery. They are causing their own mourning. They are causing their own distress. Because instead of them enjoying what God blessed them with and giving to others and just carrying on living blissfully, they are deliberately trying to destroy you, and it ain't working. And God said, like you would have been further had they helped you. But you have made it as far as you have in spite of them. In spite of them talking down, in spite of them looking down, in spite of them blackmailing you, in spite of them not wanting to help you, in spite of them trying to turn people that would help you away from helping you, in spite of this, that, and the third, God said you still made it far. In spite of all of that nonsense, in spite of all that mess, you still doing that thing. You still doing what you supposed to do. That's just as, even as Saul was deliberately trying to set up traps for David. David would come out, you know what I'm saying? Flex. Big flex. David come out like, okay, David come out like, who's the man? Who's the boss? Okay? Baby, that's why you my favorite kid. Baby, David come out big flex. What's good? Oh, you thought that was going to take me up. I did that. Okay, baby. And I just feel like that's whoever this is for. God said every time you get sent into the wilderness, you get thrown to the wolves, and you come out leading the pack. Big flex. Baby. But and you know, in reality, that's part of this person's wrath, because every time you come out flexing, they have their head held down and they ready to sink into the bottom of their seat, and they trying to figure out how you did that, and they could have never did that, and it makes them even angrier and even more frustrated. But see, they wouldn't even have to deal with all that if they didn't have the emotions that they had towards you. Because like a lot of people don't realize this. In the scripture, it says that God put a spirit on Saul. But Saul already felt some kind of way before God put that spirit upon him. He already felt jealousy. He already felt anger. He already felt frustration. And all that spirit did was cause him to act out on the feelings that he was already feeling. And once he did that, he put himself directly in the wrath of God. Once he did that, he basically fell on his own sword. Anywho, that's the message. That's the message, you know what I'm saying? God said for whoever this is for, it's not a situation where you need to, you know what I'm saying, be attacking anybody, going off on anybody, doing this, that, and the third. You ain't got to do none of that. God said he got this. And in reality, it don't matter who don't want to help you. They ain't got to help you. They can choose not to help you all they want to. They can choose not to inspire you. They can choose. And all they are doing is causing themselves problems. They causing their self-distress. They are causing their own, they falling on their own sword. The pit that they keep on digging for you, they gonna keep on falling in it. And by the time their time is up, they gonna look around and realize they spent umpteenth amount of time trying to destroy you. They still failed to destroy you. And then on top of that, they made themselves miserable for months, for years. They made themselves absolutely miserable. They have lived a miserable life because they were too focused on trying to destroy you instead of enjoying the things that God already blessed them with. Instead of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like this is somebody that instead of taking out the time to flex, and you know what I'm saying, fill out they be like, let me see what's going on. I got a cushion right there. But anyway, try to see what's going on. They don't do that. Nah, they don't do that. They don't do that. They looking at their arms and they looking at what they did, and then they turn around looking at you trying to see what you doing. And in reality, for some of y'all, it could simply be a situation where this person is upset and feeling some kind of way because you're not praising them. But we are not supposed to praise other people. We glorify God. And, you know, I just feel like this is somebody that it's just because everybody, you not hand clapping for them, and it may not even be a situation. You could be someone that hand clap for them. You could have clap for them, praise them, and then got back to working on yourself. Some people feel like just because they have accomplished what they were supposed to accomplish, everybody else needs to stop and give up because they did it already. It's still more stuff to do. Just because they have accomplished what they have accomplished don't mean that you need to give up on what you need to accomplish. It don't mean that you should just give up on your dreams. It don't mean that now all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, just because they bought a house don't mean all the houses are now taken up. Just because they got a car don't mean all the car is taken up. Just because they successfully got to the biggest point in their career don't mean that it's no more positions that could possibly be filled. God said this is somebody that wants you to give up because they have accomplished everything. For what? You are not competing with them. They are competing with you. And in reality, your situation is completely different from theirs. It's not a situation where you are able to compete with them and it makes sense. That would be like somebody that have a master's degree competing with somebody that works as, you know, at a starting position. It's like somebody that's in an office at McDonald's competing with somebody that's on the grill. Y'all, like, what? Y'all, like, that's not, it don't make sense. Of course you already got a car. Of course you done got your house. Of course you done did all these things. This is somebody, they not even level with you to compete. Even if it could, like, just like the situation, age. Somebody that's in their 50s and 60s is not going to be even with somebody that's in their 20s or their 30s. For one thing, the generation change and the change as far as housing. Okay, because 20 years ago, getting a house, you could get a house working a job at McDonald's. And now, So this is a situation where somebody, first of all, trying to compete and compare against somebody that don't have the same situation as them in any shape, form, or fashion. And second of all, they are upset because the person that they competing with is not giving up on what they doing. You're not finna give up on what you're doing because you're not done. And you know, and that's just what it is. And you're not finna compare your journey to their journey because it's not the same. And that's just what it is. And if they were to more so focus on the blessings that they have, the blessings they have received and the accomplishments that they have finished, they would be happier than if they were so focused on trying to stop you, because they're not going to be able to. Every time they put something out in front of you, it's not going to do nothing but push you further. And that's it. All it's going to do is push you further. All it's going to do is help you. It's not hindering you. God said it's not hindering you. The only thing that they not doing is they not helping you. And even though they trying to hinder you, they not hindering you. The only thing they have accomplished is not helping you. You could have been further had they helped you, but they decided to try to hinder you. And even with them hindering you, you overcame that. And like I said, flex. Every time you overcome something, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I did that. You know what I'm saying? God did that. Look what God helped me do. Okay? Every time. Because God pushing you. Even in the midst of this person trying to pull you and hold you back, the rope is ripping. Every time they try to wrap a rope around you and hold you in place, you rip through that and keep going. And that's the message. That's the message. That's the message. That's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm being led to say this message is not for the person that's trying to hinder you. And I'm going to say that because people that hear messages like this that are deliberately trying to hinder somebody else, they believe this is nonsense. They think it don't make sense. Oh no, God didn't say that. No, it's okay for me to do this, that, and the third. And no, they're not gonna be able to this, that, and the third. This is somebody that every time you move forward, this person is shocked. And they trying to figure out how you could possibly. How did you do that? And how did that work out? And how is this and how is that? God said, in reality, that's not what's going on. In reality, it's a situation where God is pushing you forward. And that's just what it is. It's a situation where God is the one that is pushing you forward. God is the one that is making sure that you accomplish the things that you are accomplishing. God is the one that is making sure that you are overcoming what you need to overcome. Woo! That's the message. God said, in spite of what anybody tried to do to stick their foot out and try to stop you, keep on going. That's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.